Da vam pokažemo jedan ekskluzivni snimak koji je napravljen u muzeju Dom. To je katolički muzej koji drži najveće dragocenosti u svetu. To je u Beču i odmah pored katedrale Svetoga Stefana. Pogledajte, vidjeli smo nešto što se ne može vidjeti tek tako. You wanted to show me something special.
Yes, indeed, Mira. Everybody knows Mona Lisa, the world's most famous portrait. But who knows Rudolf, the gentleman depicted on this painting? He was a member of the Habsburg family and died in 1365. It is him who was depicted on this painting, and believe me or not, this is the oldest existent portrait of the history of art in the West, in Europe. No older painted portrait was preserved. No older painted portrait preserved in the course of time.
So this is exclusive, is it?
It's very exclusive. Let me just mention in brief, of course, there was a portraiture in ancient times, but the tradition to portray people totally disappeared and only was restored in the 14th century. The gentleman which can be seen here is Rudolf IV. He's called the founder because he initiated many projects, let's say the establishment of Vienna University, the restoration of Vienna Cathedral. He was a very ambitious person, which can be seen in this portrait, I think. Take notice of his hat. It's a very special hat. It very much reminds us of a crown, of a Caesar or of a king. He was so ambitious that he wanted to become a king himself, but he died at the age of 27. We just know that he died in Milan, Italy, and his death body was transferred to Vienna, and he's buried in the cathedral.
This permanent exhibition is having some very, very interesting items.
In this showcase, there are two glass enamel boxes exhibited. Why are they so special? Of course, glass is extremely fragile, and not many glass objects from the early 14th or late 13th century were preserved. These two ones belong to a group of very rare gold enamel glasses, which were originally produced for a secular purpose in Syria, in the Orient, but then were imported to Europe. They became Christian relic caskets, reliquaries. A legend has that they contained earth from the Holy Land, from Bethlehem, earth which was stained with the blood of the innocents, the children which, according to the biblical stories, were murdered by King Herod. Most of the objects exhibited here consist mainly of silver, and the surface is gilt. The sculptures exhibited in this hall are of enormous value. That's why we no longer are allowed to keep them in the churches for which they were originally designed. The iconography of this figure, it's a seated Madonna, a so-called shrine Madonna, is very special indeed. And inside the body of the Virgin Mary, you have an old man enthroned. And who is that? That's God the Father. Men are on the right-hand side, women on the left-hand side. We are able to identify a bishop, a cardinal, and even a pope kneeling in front of the Holy Trinity.
Thank you very much for your time and for showing me things which I've never seen before.
I express my hope that this will raise some interest in Serbia. I'd invite your onlookers to visit the Cathedral Museum in Vienna.